Yo. Pulsecast podcast. We back with another one. A lot of women been feeling, entitled lately. Of course, that though. They gonna feel like that, but it's just been going to a whole nother level lately. One of my favorite comedians, I'm about to say Oshkosh, clothing line. One of my favorite comedians, his name is Oshkosh. Yeah, Indian comedian. I saw him come up. He do his thing, but his wife been tripping on him lately. So I don't know if y'all been hearing what's going on with the past stuff that been going on lately, but we about to see what's going on right now because he just had a response about his girl tripping. He don't give her a podcast. He don't give her other frivolous things, but she just paid back and embarrassing the guy. I don't understand it. Let's check it out.
Akaash finally responded back to the humiliation ritual his wife has been putting him through, and it's not looking good for our boy, man. This is actually a really sad story, and it doesn't bring me joy in even reporting on this, man, because I have nothing against Akaash. He just married quite possibly the most horrible human being I think I've ever witnessed on this internet. We don't have to rehash everything that has happened over the last week, but let's just say over the last week, we have learned more about Akaash and his relationship and his marriage than any of us ever planned to. And that's because we were introduced to Akaash's wife, Jasleen, through her podcast. And let's just say this podcast is nothing short of a humiliation ritual for Akaash. It's such malarkey that I began to think, maybe her plan is to embarrass Akaash to the point where he embarrassed her. Because, like obviously no man would ever sit there and allow their wife to tell them.
So I don't know if y'all seen her podcast. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what her podcast is called, but this is what I'm talking about. Oshkosh's wife. So she'll say little things like, "I want to have sex with my best friend's husband," stuff like that on the internet, on national TV, basically, because it's hitting TV. She wouldn't kiss him. I ain't never seen her kiss her husband on the lips. I ain't never seen it. She always turned her head around. We might give a little consolation to this.
On a podcast in front of him. There's another man sitting next to Akaash on the podcast, and she told Akaash, "I want to have an orgy with that man because he's sexy." No man would tolerate a woman coming online and telling us constantly that she's with him because of money. No man would tolerate his virgin wife, who he thought was a virgin, coming on podcasts and actually telling multiple stories of hooking up with men, getting her booty banged. I'm like at some point, she had...
Because when they first met, she's so-called virgin. She said she was a virgin all throughout college and stuff, but y'all know how to women that want to keep their V card, so they do everything else. So a virgin to me is like purity. Want to be pure. Stuff like that. She was saying stuff like her butthole was bleeding because she was letting men put it in her butt. She wanted to pop her, just a whole bunch of just embarrassing stuff on the internet. I don't know if she was doing this for giggles. I don't know, for money. Can't be for money because her husband, multi-millionaire. I don't know if she want her own money. I don't know what's going on. Just listen up.
I sort of think, okay, maybe if I do this, he will leave me. Well, Akaash, quite frankly, ain't getting the message. And he has tried.
Or that. She might want out the marriage, but don't want to do, divorce. Like, do it herself. So she might want out the marriage. I don't know what her motive is, people, but it's diabolical.
Like, to be supportive of her. He even responded back on Twitter when we first started covering this drama and trying to tell himself this is all jokes. He actually tweeted this a week ago when the drama first started, and it looks like his response yesterday falls in line with this. So Akaash will respond back to Myron Gaines, essentially exposing his wife for being despicable. And he will say, "My man out here getting triggered by jokes. How ironic. Well, don't worry about me, Myron. I got no issue putting a bit in her place, for example." Do I think Akaash has ever put Jasleen in her place? Not one bit. Not even an iota. the way Jaslyn is moving online is as if she has no respect whatsoever. Even a woman with a moderate to little respect for her husband wouldn't do the things that Jaslyn does online at all. Okay? And Akaash responds last night because he's doing his comedy special, right? His stand-up special. And the fact that he has to...
And this is affecting his comedy. I wouldn't think it is affecting it, but people is coming in the comments and they is bashing my mans. They bashing him because his wife is disrespecting him and stuff. So ain't no point of respecting you. And your wife don't even show you respect. So they in the comments bashing him, telling you, I told you so, you simp, stuff like that.
Stop and address this during his comedy special. Yo, a comedy special is like the Super Bowl for comedians. This is like the peak of their careers. This is like something that lives in their catalog. And the fact that he has to stop and address his wife, talking about having orgies with other men, talking about getting her booty finger banged on a one-night stand with some random Asian guy, is sad. But
he's not lying, y'all. She said, we go back and she say all this stuff out her mouth. If y'all ain't been on the internet, y'all been under the rock or whatever, if y'all don't follow this type of content or follow them over there, she's been going crazy this last week.
Response I was told by people that was there, well, not I was told, but I read the reviews online. It wasn't funny. It wasn't hilarious. It wasn't something that was like a comedic gold. No, it was actually, I was told, dark. Mm-hmm. It was sad. Mm-hmm. It didn't make people laugh. It actually resulted to him ending like his stand-up a tad bit early because the mood got ruined. Because it didn't really feel like he was perfectly okay with it, even though he was trying to appear as if he was okay with it.
Akaash Singh addressed the drama with his wife. He's doing stand-up shows at Cobb's Comedy, and someone who was in the crowd went to Reddit and described what he said. So they put, I went to the 7 p.m. show last night, and it was extremely awkward. He was clearly not processing the situation well, and he ended the set 20 minutes early. I only found out about his wife the day of the show. And honestly, after seeing that set basically be his therapy moment about it, I am way more suspicious of controversy than before. This is clearly something he's insecure about, even though he tried way too hard to make it seem like he wasn't. He spent the first 10 to 15 minutes of the set talking about the controversy, how his wife has been loyal to him, and everything she has been saying is just jokes.
I don't know how much I believe somebody when they say, I didn't know nothing about this drama. I just went to the show, and because he talked about it, I figured out what was going on and went online and then somehow found a YouTuber to get the full scope to. But if they're telling the truth, and this is not somebody who is drama obsessed, they had no idea what was going on, and when they got there, their first time hearing about this drama was him talking about it, and he appeared to be very bothered by it. He appears to not have a good poker face about it, and he actually seems pretty disturbed. It would make sense. Like, it would make sense that a man is very concerned that the woman who he bragged about, who he told the world about, the woman he bragged about being pure and being holy, right, and being religious and being a virgin and having that white dress on when he walked her down the aisle, that woman now being viewed as the pinnacle of an absolute slur. It will bother any man, bro. Especially a guy who has made it his life mission to go against the red pill, to provide himself and his life, right, as an example of how you could find a good girl if you look the right places. He looked the right places, right? and he ended up with the worst possible person on earth. Now, I feel like Akaash is bothered by this, and he kind of has to lie about, it just being jokes, because he really has no other remedies. Like, what can Akaash really do with the situation? He can't leave her. She has already made that pretty clear. He can't leave her. Here is a TikTok of her bragging about how her husband can't leave her, addressed to the people telling her husband to leave her. She's saying, to everyone saying my husband should divorce me, boy, do you got something coming, right? Because guess what? Guess what? We didn't sign a prenup. That right there is her address to the people telling Akaash to leave her. Leave me. We ain't signed no prenup. This man married a mastermind, bro. A diabolical mastermind. And right now, you kind of have to ask yourself, man, like, what can he do? Like, divorce the chick after finding out what, like, her real ways after years of marriage and having to start over at 40 years old after she takes everything from him? Like, what exactly is he going to do? And why I don't feel like necessarily bad for Akaash is because this chick hasn't really hid anything from him, right? Because I was watching her TikTok where he's right next to her. Like, he's literally right next to her. And she's talking about a prenup. And you know, when I knew I had to stop feeling sorry for Akaash? During this chick's prenup, she said, listen, like, if a man asked me for a prenup, I would never.
I remember that video. How would y'all feel, you know, right before you got married, your husband wanted a prenup? We want to talk about a prenup. How would y'all feel about it? Leave your thoughts like that, thoughts down in the comments. And how y'all feel about the new laws being passed about getting DNA tests before, you know, before the baby come out or when the baby come out? How y'all feel about getting DNA tests? Before you're putting the man on child support, before anything, how do y'all feel about DNA testing? There's a lot of women in the uproar about that, but I honestly think that's good. Like, this is off subject, but DNA testing, y'all, is going to make a big difference because besides the hospital having issues when stuff come up and now they got to figure out, oh, you can't be the donor to something, or you know what I'm saying, because you ain't the father or whatever. And then that's gonna hurt. Then you got to think about the fathers out there that might go crazy. Like, this is gonna make the society a bad place. So you gotta really think about that too. Hello, I got a caller, y'all. Hold on, live. What'd you say? Anyway, I'm live. Y'all got a caller in. You got something to say? Or you calling in about the show? Or what's up? What's going on? Ain't got nothing to say. But yeah, it's gonna stop a lot of stuff, man. Cause you already know men going crazy. They going crazy. You find out. I done saw a person that been claiming the kid for 15 years, 3 kids, and all 3 of them wasn't his. What y'all expect him to do? I went through this situation before, matter of fact. We're gonna talk about that on another show. We're gonna talk about that. Hello? What's up?
Never agree to that. But if I'm getting married and I have the money, I would demand he sign a prenup or else I'm not getting married. Because he's not going to take all my stuff. So this chick understands what a prenup is for. She understands why a prenup is necessary. But she made sure to let Akaash know that if he ever asked her for a prenup, she would have never gotten married to him. And Akaash sat there and watched this chick tell him why a prenup is necessary, why she would have it if she had the money, but why she would never sign his. Hence, I won't sign a prenup because I want your money when we divorce, but I will require you sign a prenup if I had the money because you're not taking my money. And he sat there and went for it.
Is it just me, or is the idea of asking a girl to sign a prenup incredibly offensive? And only one way. Like, if I asked someone to sign a prenup because I had some like booming business, then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup because like I don't want to like lose all my money. But then like if a guy asked you to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would call off the wedding. Like, I would literally call off the wedding.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
How can your ex...
Y'all know what Akaash problem is? He be thinking this stuff is cute. He be thinking his wife's behavior is cute. He's simped out, y'all. He is simped out.
Explanation for her bad behavior be, oh, she's telling jokes. Y'all can't take a joke. Y'all can't handle, oh, y'all getting triggered by jokes. When she looked you dead in your eyes and tell you, I'm not even joking. Oh, man. Yo, this chick is cold, man.
I had no real ability to since you were with me when I was broke.
But it's just like, I think it's because guys don't like in general, like they don't hold the same like values that women do in terms of like loyalty. In general, like I'm not saying like, you know what I mean,
Okay.
like I feel like guys in general just like aren't as loyal, and like let's like guys cheat more.
You're a sexist. That's the thing.
I'm a
about
feminist.
you. That's what we code it as, but you're a sexist. It's giving
Whatever.
sexist.
Because we were watching Ranj, aka Real Housewives of New Jersey, like reruns, and like Teresa was saying that Joe had asked her to sign a prenup, and I just feel like that's like the biggest red flag. I mean, not to judge like anyone's marriage, like if your husband had you sign a prenup and you guys are happy, like I mean that kind of like proves me wrong, but I just feel like it kind of just to me shows like I don't know, like it's like kind of like you're not like you're already not being generous in like as a man, you're already not being generous, and I feel like men should be generous.
And what should women do?
Be spoiled.
Okay. Where should they be generous?
With money.
No. Where should women be generous?
Oh, like with tender love and care.
I don't think.
Well, I'm not saying I do it all.
There you go. There you go.
I do.
More than me?
Oh, no, I'm more than you.
Well, there you go. We saw that. We saw that. Don't think we didn't see that.
We did.
When she laughs, her mouth is like so wide open. And you can probably just imagine that she's probably laughing like that because she's envisioning like all the money she's about to take from him, bro. Like, like it's the wealth she's about to extract from this dweeb. She knows she found a lick. She knows she found an easy lick. And it's like, damn, bro. Akaash has so much respect because he was one of those dudes where he was rational. He was not an extremist. He's not somebody where we can look at it and say, right? Like he was just a normal, average guy who had opinions that a lot of us probably agree with on a lot. But this situation right here, man, just looking at how much he got gamed up by this chick is like, damn, bro.
And it's fine with him. No one in the crowd knew how to take this information. And I truly believe that the majority of fans there had no idea any of this was going on. This only made him spending like 1/3 of the set on it even more awkward. He then proceeded to jokingly call his wife a whore every time he brought her up, which was not helping. I think it ruined his whole set, and the mood never recovered, which I think is why he ended early. I honestly don't give a about he or his wife's sex life, but if the orgy stuff is really just jokes, then clearly he's not cool with it and hides it. And or she's just not very funny and no one close to her has told her yet. Curious to hear if anyone else went to later sets and had a better experience. He's in San Francisco till Monday. Damn. So he addressed it for 1/3 of his set. And he's going to go with the she's just joking route, which is an interesting route to go down. But I'm wondering, obviously him doing it on stage is going to make it awkward. I would assume people there kind of know of the controversy, but typically people, the vast majority of them who go to comedy shows are just like, hey, that guy's on my favorite podcast. I'll go see him.
The wife has not had a podcast since the controversy. If they do, they're supposed to drop today, I believe, but we haven't really heard from them at all.
Her number's going to be up today. Her next podcast, her numbers is going to be up, chat.
Akaash hasn't really talked about it yet on Flagrant. I do believe Flagrant has dropped the episode. I think the last episode was about 3 days ago where they interviewed somebody. Akaash was actually the A mic during that episode. So maybe that episode was filmed before the controversy. We don't know. But as of now, he hasn't really discussed it yet. All right. Now, Andrew Schultz is doing Brilliant Idiots, I think, today, if not tomorrow. If they don't talk about it on
You got to tap into Andrew Schultz. We got to tap into
it is, then we know what it is,
Family.
right? Like if Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz don't discuss this Akaash thing at all, then we know what it is. Then we probably know, okay, like Akaash has probably sent out, the ABB, hey, bro, can we not talk about this? Please don't discuss this publicly.
Damn.
I just want this to go away. But if they do talk about it, then Flagrant will be a pretty interesting episode, right? Because we'll see what Schultz is really made of. Now, obviously, Andrew Schultz, like Akaash, loves him. But Andrew Schultz and this chick been having issues. Like, they've been beefing, like, for a while now. So Andrew, I think, like, finally gets a chance to be vindicated and finally gets a chance to say how he really feels about this chick. Because Andrew been warning Akaash about this chick for years now. Years.
And he's not the only one. Fresh and Fit. A couple of podcasters, even his friends, his wife even told him about her. So
years. Like, I literally seen when Andrew and Akaash started Flagrant, like this chick apparently, like her entitled ways started way before the internet. Like apparently she was doing homework on like the studio computer and they asked her to leave and she got mad and entitled. They asked her to stop working on the computer so they can film their podcast.
Why? What? You just said. Why am I in? That was rude? Was that rude?
Yes.
How was that rude, Akaash? Yeah.
It's kind of rude.
Why was it rude?
It's kind of rude.
Was it rude? Akaash, was it rude?
I don't care. I'll do it when I get home. I won't. I mean, like,
you should leave it in. You should start right
Hold
now.
on. Hold on.
definitely don't leave it in.
Before we start, because we already started, but was that rude? Was that rude? First of all, something that I learned today that I had only heard in rumors prior was that Akaash's girl does not like young Hezzy.
Really?
Oh, really?
At all.
Really?
I felt a vibe.
I don't
No,
blame
she
her.
don't like you.
Oh my God.
No, she don't like you.
Why? Why is that?
And I even gave Akaash like a little fake ass compliment. Like, remember when they were doing a podcast, and I was like, man, he waited for you. Like, I've been trying to whatever. You know how you try to pick, promote your boy.
Yeah.
When she don't like you, ain't no brain.
Hey, bro, feelings mutual.
I'm not
You know
gonna.
what I mean?
I'm not gonna
why she don't like him though, Chad?
hold you. I felt the vibes, bro.
The vibes were there.
I
But wait,
felt the
was that
vibes.
rude when I just said we'll wait for Akaash's girl? I said we'll wait as long as she needed. We'll wait.
You didn't say it like that.
That's not how you said it.
But that's how I meant. How'd it come out?
Like get
All right,
out.
we'll wait.
It's like, all right, we'll wait.
That's the all right, we'll wait plus the pause.
But
Because
she
then
was-
it's like, all right, we'll wait. And they just stare at you.
I don't know what she was. What was she? She was doing homework or something. Oh.
So you kicked her out while she was doing work.
Son, I just looked over the computer and it looked like she was coding or some shit. And I was like, bro, we got a podcast to do. It's already quite late. It'd be a very entertaining interview with
And
Akaash
then
and
you
his girl
gotta
on horrible
double down.
decisions.
That's what makes
Yeah.
you H.
What
Yeah,
is-
that's wild, bro. I ain't
Hold
going
on.
front. I'll be telling
Hold
you.
on.
Like, if that was my girl, like, we'd have to have words. Like, okay.
Why you spicing this up?
I'm not
bro?
even spicing it up.
We
like,
got
I
it.
just
We
saw
let
it.
it.
That's
What
one of those
happened?
things. I was just like, what?
Yo, Akaash, explain to me what's going on, because I don't get it. And now you're pitting Akaash
And
against me like he got
I'm
to do
not,
something.
I'm not putting nobody against
And
nobody.
I
know,
said,
man.
Kaz in the corner. I know you high or
I'm, just
something.
so,
Because you,
I'm not high at
really?
all. I'm
Oh,
super
okay.
sober.
He's
I'm,
like just been super chill this whole
I'm,
episode.
no, I had to watch the show. We're taping the
Cass
show right
just goes,
now.
It's kind of crazy because when this happened, you could go back and read the comments. Everybody was against Andrew Schultz, not really understanding who Akaash Singh's girlfriend is and or how problematic Jaslene could be. But now looking back, Andrew Schultz was 100% right, bro.
100%
Andrew Schultz was 100% justified, bro. Like that, that right there just falls in line with who we think Jaslene is, right? Inconsiderate, problematic, bro. Storming out, closing the doors, slamming doors, being upset, and they told you, hey, you can't do homework here. We have to film. Well, let me know in the comment section, man. What do y'all think about this, bro? All right, y'all think Akaash?
Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Is Akaash tripping? Is he simping out here, or what's going on, man? Pausecast podcast. We got come right back with another one. Plat Boy Max got into it with one of America's top model. She wanted a kiss on the cheek after she went over there and, trying to entertain him. Women can't take rejection nowadays, but podcast, man. Over.